But we're so caught up on the left and the right that we can't see that most things need to fall in the middle. Mm-hmm. But we feel if we give up one thing, we lose everything.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Under Oath. The one thing nobody talks about on these shows is what we're doing.
What do you mean?
For our audience.
Okay.
Okay, think about it this way. The news. Why is the news fake? Well, because it's based on ratings.
Mm-hmm.
If the news was true, then we wouldn't have to sensationalize it.
That's correct.
We wouldn't have to pump it up.
Mm-hmm.
If it bleeds, it leads. Because people want to see blood.
That's right.
But is that really our news?
No.
What if I told you, I'm going to tell you a little Trump secret.
Oh, I like Trump secrets.
Trump secret works like this.
Mm-hmm.
My people in the know have told me this.
Okay. You got people?
Yeah, I got people.
All right.
Trump would wake up, somewhere between 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's early.
He worked early. He got up early and worked late.
Mm-hmm.
That was his deal. People don't even get a clue. There was no dinners. They were all working dinners and everything else like that. But Trump would come up with 4 or 5 things that he could give the press corps that he knew they would run with. Mm-hmm. He knew would offend them. Whether it was a comment about somebody, it was a nasty comment.
Yeah.
And then he would do a bunch of executive orders that weren't sexy, that would fly right through.
Under the radar.
Because he knew that the press wasn't interested in his executive orders.
No.
They were more interested in him, let's say, calling Rosie O'Donnell fat.
Gotcha.
Okay? Now, that was the news.
How dare you?
Forget the rights.
Mm-hmm.
People don't know. If you don't know what an executive order is, please look it up.
You should.
What it is a way for our president to basically write laws without the necessity of Congress.
That's correct.
He puts these rules out there and then people have to follow it.
And they last as long as he's in
term. And they last as long as he's in office.
Yeah.
Or they keep going until the next president kills it.
Yeah.
The other day we were talking about Will Smith.
We were.
Let me get this straight. One guy slaps another guy.
Sure does.
And how about we say at a minimum, 1 million hours of television and radio and news time was taken up by that.
You would think at least that.
1 million at least.
Yeah.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
And we're offended and we're disgusted by one man slapping another man. Mm-hmm. In 2023, there were over 16,000 homicides in the U.S. One slap and 16,000 people murdered.
Correct.
Okay. When we tried to get that figure, we couldn't get it.
No.
We looked everywhere for it.
You can look up anything.
It took us a while.
On Google.
I type in Will Smith slap.
Oh my gosh.
Millions of links.
Yeah.
Millions of links.
Yeah.
So are we getting scammed?
No, we're being distracted.
Yeah.
That's
from
what
that
it is.
16,000 number.
Absolutely. And it's intentional.
So this is what's going on right now. We're sitting here going, I'm not interested in it. And we're being willfully blind to the important crap. And it happens all the time. We don't want to know what food's killing us. There was a study that just came out. Florida State just did a study based on aspartame, particularly Diet Coke. Mm-hmm. And they found out that I think less than 10% of the daily amount that's okay for an average citizen to drink. And this is what happens. The male mice who they gave Diet Coke to passed on a mentally damaged gene to their kids. And that got what? 5 links?
Yeah.
10 links? Mm-hmm. Because they go, hold on a second. Can't talk about that.
Uh-huh.
There was no denying it. Nobody came out and said this report is false or anything else.
No.
But it's not sexy anymore. We don't want to talk about it.
No. But you know what is sexy? Something the Kardashians did. Will Smith. Yeah.
Will Smith sexy.
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith smacked somebody. Oh, his wife made him do it.
Yeah, she made him do it.
That's what we were talking about.
I remember.
And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, how stupid am I?
Because we fall for the okie doke. Yeah, we fall for the okie doke.
Think about the trials. Mm-hmm. There are 2 trials. Donald Trump.
Yep.
And the Biden trial.
That's right.
Biden's son, Hunter Biden. Coverage on Trump, ridiculous.
Everywhere.
Couldn't get away from it. Mm-mm. Hunter Biden was done.
Yeah.
Went away. I was like, okay, both trials we never should have done.
Could I say something?
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be insensitive about this, people, but I don't care who you voted for. But the Hunter Biden trial made me giggle to myself when the trial was about whether or not a junkie would lie.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, a junkie would lie. That's what they do to get more drugs. Yeah.
I looked at both trials really hard, trying to figure out, and I agree both of them should neither one of them would have gone forward on the levels they did if it wasn't for the political
those people.
issue.
Yeah.
Trump, that's as weird as it gets. That's a weird one. Every politician writes checks to people to hide their crap. Okay. So the issue was it marked right on the tax form?
There's a tax?
Yeah, how it was taxed. And they said that affected the election. I'm going, well, every secret affects the election.
Yeah.
Everything that's hidden.
Yeah.
I mean, we can agree that all these politicians have said and done things, and if they paid to keep it out of the news, which they all do. Okay, so that was weird.
Okay, quick little question.
And then the Biden thing, they had a plea deal, and that would have gone through in any other courtroom. But the judge was like, wait a second, you're going to put this on me. And this wasn't a Republican judge, it's a Democrat judge who knew that it was going to blow up and she didn't want it in her lap. And I could understand
She's smart. Want to protect her career.
Smart judge.
Want to protect herself.
I'm protecting my career because I know somebody's going to go back and try to figure out unwind this one. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing with the Hunter Biden thing. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I'm playing this off and the sale that was made to me over the last so many years.
Yeah.
Okay. Laptop BS. That's what I've been told.
Yeah.
Laptop BS. Not true, false, Russian conspiracy.
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm told laptop real. That's what this criminal trial is about. Mm-hmm. Evidence off the laptop was used to show that he was all coked up, doing a lot of crack.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I find out there's a book, which none of us read, that Hunter wrote.
Yeah.
And all it talks about is his crack addiction. Yeah. And how he's crack daddy. All the 7-Elevens know him as crack daddy. So I'm sitting here going, okay, we've got this. And you know something? People get guns wherever they want to. I think gun control is kind of a joke because we really don't keep guns away from people.
Now, where do you guys fall? Really quick, I want to know. Because we debate it all the time here in Florida. When we have a shooting, we always debate the Second Amendment. So where do you guys fall?
I'm a military vet.
Yes.
So how do I feel?
Yeah.
I feel it needs to be regulated.
But you still think we should have the right to bear arms?
Yes.
I believe that too.
I believe we have a right to because we have a right to protect ourselves. The question is this, though. Should we be responsible gun owners? And the answer is yes.
Yes.
There are lots of rights that we have. I believe people should be able to get abortions, but I believe it should be regulated here's the thing. Regulations on dentistry are tougher than regulations on abortion. And we still have places around the country that have not improved as far as how they treat these women. Mm-hmm. You go on out into basements. Mm-hmm. They force you to leave after an hour.
Wow.
They basically make you walk out of these things. Mm-hmm. I had a friend of mine who the man she was with wasn't there, and I had to go with her to one of these clinics in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That's hard. That's very hard to do.
I had never been involved in this before, and I believed in it. I still believe in it.
Me too.
But the way this is regulated, are you kidding me? This is a procedure.
Yes, it is.
The woman should be able to stay there until she can walk out on her own.
Yes, absolutely.
Once the drugs wear off and everything else. I wound up carrying her up 3 flights of stairs to get at her while she's throwing up on me.
Jesus.
And I was thinking to myself, there is no dignity in this.
No.
There's no, these women are suffering and they're forced to do it in these bottom basement crap farms. So yes, I believe it should be regulated. I believe you should get them and I believe they should be regulated. Mm-hmm. Okay, like anything else. But we're so caught up on the left and the right that we can't see that most things need to fall in the middle. Mm-hmm. But we feel if we give up one thing, we lose everything.
Yeah.
And this all or nothing concept is the reason why abortions now in certain states are gone because it's all or nothing.
That's right.
You can't tell the average person that you should be able to get an abortion in like the 9th month, barring some major medical issue.
I think we all can agree on that.
Okay.
Yeah. But
you can't have that discussion.
No, you can't.
Okay. There has to be a time limit. There has to be things. There has to be, if a medical issue, if you're dying, of course.
You should. Yeah.
Of course. If you have if you might die, this is definitely it. But some of the issues are, well, what if it was a rape? Yes, I agree you should have abortion. Should you be able to abort a child in the 9th month?
No.
Nobody's going to say
Nobody's going to agree to
that's
that.
right.
Nah,
but the reason why we're so tough about it is because we know if we give that up, then we think we're giving up everything.
That's correct.
So one side goes, okay, everything's on the table. The other thing goes, nothing's on the table. And in the end, you know what we get? Nothing or everything. So let's stop getting snowed by the left and the right, the far left and far right.
And they both do it.
Understand that we can agree in the middle. And the more of us who are in the middle, the better chance we have of actually getting laws passed that we can all agree on, where one Congress guy isn't going to go, I'm going to lose my support if I do this. So TV's scary. Internet's scary. Just sit down and ask yourself the question, what is the best option? And not just the one I care about.
Mm-hmm.